instructions. Thanks.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is September 13th. The meeting of the Seattle City Council will come to order. It is 2:01. I am Deborah Juarez. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Lewis.
Present.
Thank you. Councilmember Morales.
Here.
Councilmember Mosqueda.
Present.
Councilmember Nelson.
Present.
Councilmember Peterson.
Present.
Councilmember Sawant.
Present.
Councilmember Strauss. Present. Councilmember Herbold. And Council President Juarez.
Present.
8 present.
Thank you. Moving along on the agenda, we have no presentations here today. Moving on to public comment. Again, colleagues, we will open up the public comment period. For the hybrid public comment period, the remote speakers today, let's see, why don't we do the in-person first today? And then we will go to the 4 remote. And then Madam Clerk, I'm going to hand it over to you. Oh, everyone will have 2 minutes. Everybody, 2 minutes. We'll do the in-person first, and then we will do the remote. And with Madam Clerk, with that, I will hand it over to you for the instructions.
Hello, Seattle. We are the Emerald City, the city of flowers and the city of goodwill, built on indigenous land, the traditional territory of the Coast Salish peoples. The Seattle City Council welcomes remote public comment and is eager to hear from residents of our city. If you would like to be a speaker and provide a verbal public comment, you may register 2 hours prior to the meeting via the Seattle City Council website. Here's some information about the public comment proceedings. Speakers are called upon in the order in which they registered on the council's website. Each speaker must call in from the phone number provided when they registered online and use the meeting ID and passcode that was emailed upon confirmation. If you did not receive an email confirmation, please check your spam or junk mail folders. A reminder, the speaker meeting ID is different from the general listen line meeting ID provided on the agenda. Once a speaker's name is called, the speaker's microphone will be unmuted and an automatic prompt will say, "The host would like you to unmute your microphone." That is your cue that it's your turn to speak. At that time, you must press *6. You will then hear a prompt of, "You are unmuted." Be sure your phone is unmuted on your end so that you will be heard. As a speaker, you should begin by stating your name and the item that you are addressing. A chime will sound when 10 seconds are left in your allotted time, as a gentle reminder to wrap up your public comments. At the end of the allotted time, your microphone will be muted and the next speaker registered will be called. Once speakers have completed providing public comment, please disconnect from the public comment line and join us by following the meeting via Seattle Channel broadcast or through the listening line option listed on the agenda. The Council reserves the right to eliminate public comment if the system is being abused, or if the process impedes the Council's ability to conduct its business on behalf of residents of the city. Any offensive language that is disruptive to these proceedings or that is not focused on an appropriate topic as specified in council rules may lead to the speaker being muted by the presiding officer. Our hope is to provide an opportunity for productive discussions that will assist our orderly consideration of issues before the council. The public comment period is now open, and we will begin with the first speaker on the list. Please remember to press *6 after you hear the prompt of, "You have been unmuted." Thank you, Seattle.
All right.
We will now move into in-person public commenters. Once your name is called, please approach either microphone and state your name and the item which you are addressing. Our first speaker is Marguerite Richard.
A good day, and my name is Marguerite Richard.
I put something down only because of the actions that are supposed to be taken as far as funding climate resilient community spaces and investing in net zero affordable housing. And so I'm concerned about affordable housing, tents, folk ODing on the street, like this lady told me a woman did around the corner from Ross today. And some other things that concern progress, and I don't see us progressing in our communities. I don't understand why there's no more people other than myself periodically coming down here to say anything. I don't know. I don't think we could stand another anything, pandemic, whatever they want to label it, because what has happened here is just a tragedy. I mean, I heard the governor opened up the state as much as what you want to call open, but the people are still not here. Even our faces, like we used to have our faces on the screen, it's not even visible anymore. I don't even know how you could live with yourself like that, knowing that you're terrorizing people when you don't have free speech and you don't have open government, and you tell a person one time that somebody is in violation of any rule, regulation, ordinance. Look at Bannon right now. You probably say, oh yeah, he's a real good gunslinger. And then Trump folk and whatnot. Huh? You say, I'm off the subject. No, I'm not, because I'm human. And I see these things and I don't see any changes. And I'm wondering what's going on behind closed doors, because we can't see what's going on behind closed doors, but we know that you're doing something and it's gonna come out of the wash.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Alex Zimmerman.
Thank you.
And you can start the timer, Amelia.
Yeah, so yeah. You can start. Yeah. Sie Heil, my damn dirty Nazi Gestapo Democrat, a fascist, a mafia cartel. My name is Alex Zimmerman. I want to speak about agenda number 5, about budget 22. Yeah, guys, it's very interesting. We don't have money right now. 100,000 people totally poor right now, don't have money, price for everything go up. And you make $150,000 salary for 3 years, sitting home. It's like a welfare, like disability, you know what it means? 150,000 each. You have 4 assistants for $70,000 each. So you, government, I don't know, people pay you $150,000 per year. You sit this and don't do nothing for 3 years. My question right now, and I never see you for 3 years, you donate $1 to poor people or to minority or somebody who have a crisis like homeless. Why are you doing for $150,000? The salary, what is, don't have analogy in America. You know what it means? Seattle, #1 fascist city in America, but when you comparable to Nazi or communist, you know what it means? This are not believable. Why are you doing for $150,000? Why are you so quiet? Why not one talk, for example, give us 50,000, like Senator State Washington have? What is going on? And right now, speak to this 750,000 idiot, zombie, and happy cow. Are you freaking idiot? You don't understand what is mean $150,000 welfare in home for 3 years. Give money back because you are a poor criminal.
Thank you. Now we'll move to the remote speakers. And speakers will be called on in the order registered. If you're not registered to speak, you can still sign up before the public comment period is concluded by registering for public comment online for remote public comment, or in person in chambers at the podium. And our first speaker is Howard Gale. And Howard's not showing as present.
Okay, let's go to the next one.
Our next person is Christopher.
I'm present. What the
Okay.
fuck?
Okay.
Okay, we're done. Stop.
Hello?
Stop. We're done. We are not entertaining that language. Let's move to the next person.
You
Nope.
just said I'm not present.
Move to the next person, Madam Clerk.
The next person is Christopher Persons.
Mr. Persons, I see his tile up there.
Good afternoon, President Juarez and council members. My name's Chris Persons. I'm the Director of Community Roots Housing, and I am speaking in support of Council Bill 120414 relating to the development of Yesler family housing, part of the Yesler Terrace redevelopment. Your support of this bill ensures that this project, already under construction, will continue and open next year and will provide over 150 family apartments to low and very low income people in the Central District and the International District. The 3 and 4 bedroom apartments in this joint project of Community Roots Housing and the Seattle Chinatown International District CDA are rare and are a vital addition to affordable housing to low and very low income families in our community. Thank you for voting yes on this council bill.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next person is David Haynes.
Mr. Haynes?
Yes, hi, thank you. I was hoping that the council would reconsider and stop exempting drug pushers and sex crimes from jail. You're sabotaging the integrity and safety effectiveness of police reform, causing good cops to leave, and untrustworthy chief officers to get rich off overtime not fighting crime. Now, please understand, in order to be successful at alternative policing, you still have to be honest and successful about fighting crime and rooting out the evil customs violating, repeat offending criminals conducting uncivil war on the innocent community with impunity, committing crimes against humanity. Yet City Hall progressives, police chief, and the prosecutor's office, and George Soros-funded nonprofits Just Care and LEAD run interference for and list a drug pusher destroying a life daily with less than 3.5 grams as a nonviolent misdemeanor, prioritized for housing, motels, and services like wraparound, instead of improved jail punishment at expense of innocent houseless and taxpayers. Now, the police chief is on record saying he's making it up to the Black and brown community for past wrongs by simply not weeding out evil within the community, because he is totally unqualified and refuses. Yet, while City Hall has capitulated to protesters from George Floyd and Black Lives Matter defund, presently put in charge of what constitutes proper policing as if qualified and trustworthy, all because they flash mob City Hall organizing protesters to march, they end up co-opting our elected officials and their staff, turning against innocent citizens for election support, redirecting homeless crisis and public safety money to buy up organizers, activists, and protesters, hiding within newly created nonprofits, shaking down City Hall power mongers, selling out our society at our expense. This council redirected American Rescue Plan dollars earmarked to solve the homeless crisis of no shelter to organizers, activists, and protesters hiding within newly created nonprofits.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Haynes.
Our next speaker is Will Smart.
Mr. Smart? Madam Clerk, I don't see his tile up there. Am I not seeing the screen? Mr. Smart?
Council President, he's showing is not present, but we do have a couple more speakers
That have just dialed in remotely?
that are in chambers that have signed
Oh,
up.
okay. Certainly,
Okay.
absolutely, sure.
So our first person is Sami Abdallah Siad. Is there Mr. Sayad? Sami Abdallah Sayad?
Sammy.
Are you speaking? Are you going to do public comment?
Yes.
Okay, please step up to the microphone. Thank
I want
you.
to pass something for you guys for legislator, because we've been misleaded and mistreated. My name is Sami Saad. I represent the some African American in Rainier Avenue South and the Sudanese American, Sudanese Unity Association in Washington. We are more than 65 Washingtonian. Unfortunately, we've been treated really bad as Black people. I own the first medical cannabis store in Washington. It's called 12 Green. And we have a lawsuit. The lawsuit is here. I want to give you guys a copy. And if you go to change.org, we have a lot of people supporting signature. We are previous shop owners. We are not being acknowledged and we are not being addressed. Last meeting you guys have in Peter, Manny, and Ellie Garrett. Ellie Garrett don't support us and don't represent us. And Paula Saldana. Paula Saldana, she used in the community. She called me on my phone. She said, Mr. Saad, I cannot help you. Publicly, she said she will help me because she know the story after we have meeting in the Illusion Center. But unfortunately, closed door, both of them, they willing to help in front of people, just like I'm here today. When I called the phone first, Ellie Garrett, she said, do not call this phone ever again. You guys know Ellie Garrett. She worked for the LCB. To me, is a mafia. That's what the community said. This is using us. Ellie Garrett, the first person being acknowledged and get a license was Black Excellent. With Peter Manny, the one he come and spoke here, he said, here, you have the first license. He have a license just like me. I started before him. But we should be acknowledged, not just him. Peter Manny lied to me. He said, oppose the HB 2870 is not for us. And I said that in the Senate floor in Olympia, I drove from here. And that bill it should not pass, fail. But unfortunately, we're being treated as delegate. They make it pass and we are not being acknowledged. Seattle social equity groups is being shined by legislator came and meet with my community.
Thank you, sir.
And they
Your
did
time
not
has expired.
acknowledge us and they say we have to get our shop back. You should let me to speak.
Thank you,
because I'm-
sir.
Thank you.
Sir,
Our
your
next
2 minutes
speaker-
are up.
Well, you interrupted me because this is bigger than
Our
anything.
next
We have
speaker
shop
is
we lost.
Joseph Bach.
And
Thank you,
I
sir.
represent Peter Manny.
Okay, let's hold up, sir.
Another person
Minutes.
and she
Gentlemen,
first.
just don't
Okay, that's
interrupt
fine.
you.
But I have to.
Okay,
say-
thank you. Thank
I'll
you.
get to later.
Let's go to our next speaker.
Unless I'm not welcome.
Our next speaker is Joseph Bach.
This is sad for us because it's all
Mr.
owned
Bach?
by Jewish and white Jewish. And it's not against Jewish, I'm mixed with Jewish too. This is sad and misleading.
Go ahead,
and
sir.
misleading.
Sir, we have another
This is
speaker.
not
Please
right.
be respectful.
Okay, let's
Thank you.
do this. Let's cut the mic for a minute because we're not going to entertain hate speech. So let's hold up for a minute.
Let me give it to you guys.
Let's just recess.
You guys not listening to the community.
Let's recess. Let's just stop it.
What Alligator want and what Daniel want, they don't represent the community. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say hi to everybody up here. Yeah, it's today, I just come down here to support Sam to his business, He's the first, Sudanese American, he opened his own, medical shop by Rainier, Martin Luther King. I know his shop and, he's helped a lot of community. And, I just come back from Midwest and he just, told me, his store been shut down. But, my hope is today is about, to let him, went back to his feet, support his family and he's got his own family and his mom, his dad.
I
He
want
just
you
passed
guys to
away.
acknowledge, I don't feed my family from weed shop.
Yeah.
I feed it, I have a junk removal company in Washington. That's what the community, and you guys took from the community. What he tried to say, this is for all
Please
black
be
people.
quiet, sir.
Black
Thank
people
you.
is not being acknowledged. But if something gets to do on white people, everybody are trying to fight for them. You guys damaging the community. You guys damaging, you guys not listening. We have a pointed leader, self-pointed leader. Alligator, the Paula Saldana, they're using us. Alligator, Paula Saldana, she told me, fuck you, Sam. On phone, and I have witnesses. Kevin, this is the bad. How you use a word like that and you want to be a community leader. This is my my testimony today. If you guys
Oh.
really acknowledge
Can we
it.
please have the gentleman removed, and can we please take us to mute? And just hold the clock. Let's take a quick recess here
Okay.
till we get the situation under control. Let's all take a couple minutes here and we will regroup until I will be back in 2 minutes. Okay, Madam Clerk, I believe that we have waited 2 minutes and we have a gentleman up, and I think we left him at maybe 1:15. Can we roll it back a few seconds for him because of the disruption?
Yes, would you like to start at the 2 or less than 2 minutes?
Yeah, let's just start at the 2 again for him because he was
Yes.
just, yeah, we couldn't hear him over the commotion. So let's let the gentleman start again at 2. Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
It's about, it's about the community. It's about, support. It's not about, like discrimination and all this. I didn't believe this, All I believe, is believe we need to be equal, and we need, to be treated like the same, And to me, my appointment, my option is like this. When they took his license, that's why he become like everything. He lost in everything. He behind rent right now. He behind his rent. His dad, he just passed away like 3 months ago. He went back to Sudan and he came back. So right now, he get like, he doing recycling job, he get pickup truck, he pick up, recycling, and sell it, and he used to have his own business, his own shop, But anyway, just anything I hope, just to you guys, just try to help him out. That's the only thing I hope, I have nothing in my hand to do to help him, but you guys, the people, you guys can help, That's my words. I have nothing to say. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, are we done with our individuals that showed up in chambers?
We are done.
Thank you. We reached the end of public comment, and with that, public comment is closed. Moving on to our agenda, I'm moving on to the adoption of the Introduction and Referral Calendar. If there's no objection, the Introduction and Referral Calendar will be adopted. Not seeing or hearing any objection, the IRC is adopted. Moving on to adoption of the agenda. If there's no objection, the agenda will be adopted. That is today's agenda. Hearing and seeing no objection, today's agenda is indeed adopted. Moving on to the consent calendar. My understanding is that there are no council members that wish to pull any particular items from the consent calendar. So the items on the consent calendar are the minutes from September 6th, our last council meeting, and the payroll bill, Council Bill 120416. Councilmember Mosqueda, is this something you okay? Okay. So does anyone, I'm guessing nobody has anyone wants to remove anything. We're good. Good. Okay. Okay. Hearing none, I move to adopt the consent calendar. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to adopt the consent calendar. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the adoption of the consent calendar?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss. Councilmember Strauss, you're very faint.
Yes.
Thank you. Councilmember Herbold
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The consent calendar is adopted. And Madam Clerk, can you please affix my signature to the consent calendar on my behalf? Moving on to committee reports, we got 13 items on deck today, and I understand it'll be Councilmember Peterson's day today. So Madam Clerk, let's start with item number 1. Will you please read item 1 into the record?
Agenda item 1, clerk file 314504. Report of the city clerk on the certificate of sufficiency for initiative number 135 concerning developing and maintaining affordable social housing in Seattle.
Thank you. As I shared with you folks yesterday and the viewing public, I'm going to make the same statement that I made yesterday regarding this particular clerk file. Clerk file 314504 is notice that initiative 135 has sufficient signatures to go to the ballot. According to the city charter, the city clerk has 20 days from receipt of notice from King County Elections to file the notice with the city council. The city clerk filed her report and the certificate of sufficiency with the council via this clerk file today, September 13th. I apologize for that. Let's see, this action started the 45-day clock for council action on the initiative. As discussed in yesterday's briefing, I'm recommending holding the clerk file for another week as required by city charter. For another week. New sentence. As required by city charter, this clerk file will appear on every agenda until the city council determines what action will be taken in response to initiative number 135. The current plan is to vote next week. As a reminder, the city elections code, Seattle Municipal Code 2.04.300 prohibits elected officials and city employees from using their office for the promotion or opposition of any ballot measure. According to the code, we should refrain from discussing the merits of the initiative until we are actually voting on legislation to support or oppose the ballot proposition. That will occur at a future meeting and within 45 days of this clerk file being filed with the city council. I recommend that council members refrain from discussing this initiative today and until the council considers legislation supporting or opposing this ballot proposition. I move to postpone clerk file 314504 to September 20th, 2022. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to postpone the clerk file. Will the clerk please call the roll on the postponing of clerk file number 314504 until September 20th?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The motion carries. The clerk file is postponed to September 20th, 2022, and this item will appear on every agenda until City Council determines what action will be taken in response to initiative number 135. Moving on into our agenda into item number 2. Madam Clerk, will you please read item number 2 into the record?
Agenda item 2, clerk file 314501. Office of Inspector General requests for an extension for the filing of September 2022 Annual Surveillance Technologies Review Reports.
Thank you. I move to approve and file, clerk file 314501. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to approve and file the clerk file. Councilor Nelson, as the sponsor, you are recognized to address this item.
All right, thank you very much. This is a request by OIG to extend the due date for its annual surveillance usage reviews by 6 months, postponing the deadline from this month to March 31st, 2023. As you know, the Seattle Municipal Code requires OIG to produce surveillance usage reviews each year for the technologies that Council approves SPD to use. Last year, Council approved SPD's use of 8 technologies, so OIG needs to report on those this month. But OIG says that it won't be able to complete the reviews in time, given 1, the complexity of the technologies under review, and 2, OIG's current staffing resources. These are first-time reviews for these technologies, so OIG says it needs to conduct significant additional work to understand controls and develop pertinent testing methodologies. OIG's auditors are all assigned to other required projects. OIG just doesn't have the capacity right now to complete these reviews on time. OIG is recruiting for an open position dedicated to conducting these reviews, but OIG doesn't expect that post to be filled until sometime this month at the earliest. This delay should give OIG sufficient time to conduct the reviews and report back as required by the municipal code. That's
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, Councilmember. Are there any questions or any comments to be made in regards to what Councilmember Nelson just shared with us? Okay, Councilmember Herbold.
Thanks. I just wanted to thank Councilmember Nelson for working with Inspector General Judge on the timing for this item. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. All right. Okay, is there any closing comments you want to make, Councilor Nelson, before we go to a vote?
That's it.
Great, thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll on the approving of the filing of the clerk file?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk file is approved and will be placed on file. All right, let's move on to item number 3. Will the clerk please read item number 3 into the record?
Resolution 32066, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the adoption of the Discovery Park Master Plan.
Thank you. I move to adopt resolution 32066. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded to adopt the resolution. And Councilmember Lewis, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Council President. I'll be brief on this. I'm really looking forward this fall to celebrating with the Friends of Discovery Park the 50th anniversary of that park being developed and becoming part of our park system. I'll reference some of the remarks I made in briefing yesterday, just that it is a quarter of all of the open space in the city of Seattle in our park system represented in one park. For anyone who has experienced it, it is a truly relaxing experience that makes it feel like you are not in the center of a major city, but in a more rural kind of park setting that is an open respite for many of us during the hustle and bustle of our urban living. And I really look forward to celebrating the special place that has been created in collaboration between the Friends of Discovery Park, our partners with United Indians of All Tribe at Daybreak Star, and our partnership with our federal officials who increasingly have worked with us to carve off more and more parcels of the old Fort Lawton site for public use for a variety of different purposes, including recreation. So this is a resolution brought forward in a partnership with Friends of Discovery Park, and I look forward to this being the beginning of a broader series of celebrations and partnership throughout this fall commemorating this historic event.
Thank you. And I see Councilmember Strauss has his hand up. Councilmember Strauss.
Thank you. I don't have the pleasure of representing Discovery Park, although just across the Ship Canal, I represent that area, and I can say Discovery
Oh my
Park.
gosh. You're so
Councilmember
funny.
Mosqueda, you're off mute.
I know, you crack me up.
Teresa, we can hear you.
Councilmember Mosqueda.
We can hear you.
All right. Just all that to say, Discovery Park has been a gem for many different reasons, too many for me to list now, highlighting, Hunger Strike music video by Temple of the Dog was filmed there on top of Council President Juarez's epic roller skating trip, among so many different things. It's really a beautiful urban forest that those of us in D6 get to enjoy by looking across the water as well. So thank you, Councilmember Lewis, for bringing this forward.
Thank you, Councilmember Strauss, for that moment of going back into the time machine. Is there anyone else that would like to have any comments before I hand it off to see if Councilmember Lewis has any closing comments, and then we can go to a vote? All right, not seeing any. Councilmember Lewis, did you want to add anything before we go to the vote?
I will stand by my earlier comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the resolution?
Councilmember Lewis?
Yes.
Councilmember Morales?
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda? Aye. Councilmember Nelson?
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson?
Aye.
Councilmember Swant?
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss?
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold?
Yes.
And Council President Juarez?
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The resolution is adopted and the chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation on my behalf. So moving on in our agenda to item number 4. Madam Clerk, can you please read item number 4 into the record?
Report of the Finance and Housing Committee, Agenda Item 4, Council Bill 12414, relating to the redevelopment of Yesler Terrace by the Housing Authority of the City of Seattle, authorizing the mayor to execute an amendment to the Yesler Terrace Cooperative Agreement with the Housing Authority of the City of Seattle that was authorized by Ordinance 123961, authorizing the Director of Housing to implement the cooperative agreement as amended and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that the City Council pass the bill.
Thank you. Councilor Mosqueda.
I am clearly excited to speak about this. So let me get my excitement out on this legislation. I am very excited about this ordinance here. It allows for us to continue the fulfillment of the vision for the redevelopment of Yesler Terrace. It's going to allow for us to provide new family-sized housing units for low-income families developed by our community-based housing partners, including SCIPTA PDA and Community Roots Housing. And importantly, it's going to have a new education center on site run by the Denise Louis Education Center. Just in terms of background, in 2012, the City of Seattle and the Seattle Housing Authority signed Yesler Terrace Cooperative Agreement outlining terms and conditions of the redevelopment of Yesler Terrace. Included in the cooperative agreement is a set of conditions related to city funding to be committed to the redevelopment. The third amendment authorizes the city to increase its funding contribution to a phase 3 development projects located at 1215 East First Street, and up to just over $3.3 million. The additional contribution is needed here today to address the inflated costs that are arising as a result of unprecedented material and labor shortages during the pandemic. Office of Housing is authorized to provide up to $13 million already, and using existing Office of Housing fund sources towards phase 3 of Yesler Terrace redevelopment under the terms of the city's cooperative agreement. The city has reached this limit of $13 million of contributions for support of development and is supporting at least 195 replacement housing units, and 130 of those at 60%, 60% of area median income housing units in phase 3. Included as well as a loan commitment to the 1215 East First Street project. Importantly, and I want to thank Councilmember Peterson for asking some questions along with my other committee colleagues in the meeting. Importantly, we want to also note that this amendment includes 1.3 $5 million grant from the Washington State Department of Commerce to the Office of Housing for the project. And as noted from Office of Housing, that might also include pass-through dollars from our federal government. So I appreciate that there was a series of questions that were asked from Office of Housing, and defer to my colleagues as well who received that additional information from OH to see if their questions have been met. But really would encourage a yes vote on this legislation today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Councilmember Mosqueda. Are there any comments for Councilmember Mosqueda before we move on? Councilmember Herbold.
Thanks. I just wanted to speak up because I did abstain in committee. And I really want to thank the chair for her patience, as well as the Office of Housing and the project sponsors. I did have some questions about the source of funding that the Office of Housing was proposing to use for the purpose, and the process by which that funding was allocated to the project. Normally, I think I would have gotten those questions answered over a series of committee discussions, but I totally appreciate that we are moving towards budget and we don't have as much time to consider legislation. So though I did abstain from voting in committee, I did let folks know that I was pretty sure I was going to be able to get to yes today. And I really appreciate the clarification that the Office of Housing provided. And let me know that the language I was concerned about existing in the 2012 original cooperative agreement that required future levy funding for replacement housing at Yesler Terrace to be awarded via a regular NOFA process, a competitive process, that we actually removed that requirement in the third amendment to the cooperative agreement in 2017. So I certainly cannot hold this project to a standard that does no longer exist. So thank you, and I do intend on voting in support of this legislation.
Thank you, Councilmember Herbold. I did note on here that you had abstained, so I appreciate it when Councilmembers step forward and explain and clarify, and then we can all move forward with consensus, because this sounds like this is a good ordinance, a good piece of legislation. With that, Councilmember Mosqueda, are there any closing comments that you would have? You sure? Before we go to a vote? Okay.
No, thank you. I'm good, Council President.
Okay, great. So with that, I don't see any other hands raised. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the passage of the bill?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes. The chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation. Moving on to item number 5. It looks like it's Councilmember Mosqueda again. Will the clerk please read item 5 into the record?
Agenda item 5, Council Bill 12413, amending Ordinance 126-490, which adopted the 2022 budget, changing appropriations to various departments and budget control levels and from various funds in the budget in order to advance the Seattle Green New Deal by funding actions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, funding climate resilient community spaces, and investing in net zero affordable housing, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that the City Council pass the bill.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Councilmember Mosqueda.
Thank you, Madam President. Again, another piece of legislation I'm very excited to have in front of us. This proposed bill would release the $6.5 million from the Jumpstart Seattle funds that we as a council and the mayor have committed to adhering to. This comes from the Finance General funding that we have allocated specifically for Green New Deal priorities. And these priorities were to be funded once we got the recommendations back from the Green New Deal Oversight Board. Today, we make those recommendations that the Green New Deal Oversight Board has provided to council a reality by allowing the $6.5 million to be released to go towards their priorities. The Seattle City Council included this process as part of our 2022 adopted budget to ensure that the Green New Deal implementation strategies truly came from the Oversight Board, and thus direction from folks who are both from frontline and fence line communities, frontline workers and fence line residents who are dealing the most with the impacts of climate crisis. The board, the Green New Deal Oversight Board, engaged with various city departments and conducted an extensive public outreach process and community engagement process to develop these recommendations that are in front of us and funded by this legislation. The Green New Deal Oversight Board then submitted their recommendations for both the 2022 reserve balance that we currently have and the upcoming 2023 budget to the mayor and council, and that was submitted to us on June 2nd of this year. I want to thank the Green New Deal Oversight Board and congratulate them, along with the staff of the Office of Sustainability and the Environment and Mayor Harrell's team for helping us fill this commitment, the commitment made by the Jumpstart Seattle Progressive Revenue Tax to make sure that we adhered to the priorities in the spend plan, and in doing so, release the funding for 2022 and also bake these priorities into our upcoming budgets. I will conclude by saying there is no better example than what we've seen over even just the last few days. Record heat waves in Seattle, smoke again filling our airs, Seattle being, in our region, having the worst air quality in the entire world over the last weekend. We see ongoing floods in Pakistan, worldwide drought, wildfires, food scarcities, and this is the most pressing issue that we here at the city level have the opportunity to continue to address and need to do so collectively with state, national, and global partners as well to make sure that we are addressing the climate crisis. So again, I want to thank the Green New Deal Oversight Board, the staff of OSE, mayors for their team, and all of the folks who will continue to participate in making sure that these recommendations are community-led, frontline and fence line community developed, and that we do more every year to invest in climate resilience work, forward-thinking creative strategies at the city level to address the biggest issue facing our entire globe, and that is the climate crisis. So thank you very much, Madam President, and I look forward to moving this forward. There are about 20 individuals that I'd love to thank as members of the Green New Deal Oversight Board, but I will hold off on doing so, Madam President, until the end.
Okay, thank you. I see that Councilor Lewis has his hand up.
Thank you, Council President. Very excited to vote on this package today and appreciate the opportunity to support it in committee and support it here. The Green New Deal investments in Jumpstart, just to put a fine point on it, are going to be a pivotal part of our efforts to decarbonize city buildings, including the community centers that we're working on through the Alton Park District. And just want to flag in the materials that were distributed to council members last Tuesday, it does factor into some of the mayor's budget proposals to take advantage of the work this council and Chair Mosqueda did to have the support and this investment present so we are well positioned to continue our work as a city in the biggest public policy and environmental challenge that we have before us in global climate change. And really shows how we can leverage not just this Green New Deal money, but resources in the Metropolitan Park District, resources from our federal partners in the form of Inflation Reduction Act support and other funds to really make a lot of progress on this, because we have money ready to pour into this kind of infrastructure. And it's just a testament to the wisdom of this council in putting the Jumpstart plan forward and really capitalizing on the resources from it for the biggest possible impact in the community. So looking forward to voting for this today and looking forward to more of these kinds of collaborations to make progress on climate change.
Thank you. Councilor Salon.
Thank you, Council President Juarez. I will be voting yes on this bill because I support the funding it contains. However, we need to be crystal clear that $6.5 million out of a multi-billion-dollar project is not a Green New Deal. It is business as usual for the most part, while the climate continues to rocket towards catastrophe. In the 1930s, the New Deal employ thousands of people for massive infrastructure projects like the Bonneville hydroelectric plant that continues to provide Seattle emission-free electricity. At the time, the political establishment was willing to make investments of that magnitude because they were desperately afraid that working people would fight for and win socialism. Projects of that scale are what would make a Green New Deal today. And in fact, that would be the beginning of what could be a Green New Deal today. But just like in the 1930s, big business and their political representatives will not accept it without a fight. Over 2 years ago, the Tax Amazon movement won this money when we forced Seattle's Democratic establishment to pass a big business tax. Yes, they reduced the size of the Amazon tax from what we were initially fighting for, and they rebranded it Jumpstart in an attempt to erase from history the movement of working people that was required to win it, not to mention the Black Lives Matter movement. But nevertheless, it was a substantial victory that was won by ordinary people. But since then, the funding for green infrastructure has been sliced and diced into a token amount. And climate activists have been told that they must decide how to spend the remaining $6.5 million as an intentional diversion from what they know they should be spending their time on, building a movement to fight for far, far bigger investments to fund massive infrastructure projects and end our society's reliance, at least as far as the Seattle region is concerned, on fossil fuels. In other words, a real Green New Deal for Seattle. So I will vote yes on these small climate investments, but I would also warn working people of our city to understand beyond the big rhetoric that is being used by politicians and understand what the scale of the investments is today and what would be needed as scientists tell us based on facts about the climate crisis, the kind of investments that would actually be needed for a Green New Deal. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Sawant. Councilmember Herbold.
Thank you. I just wanted to get local for District 1. Just really appreciate that there are some projects called out for District 1. There is the idea of funding the resilience hubs that are supported in the Duwamish Valley Action Plan. And also it's very, very welcome and appreciated by residents of South Park and the other Duwamish Valley Action Plan stakeholders. And then also want to call out and thank Councilmember Peterson for his leadership during the budget process, where he highlighted the need to fund electrification, heating, cooling, and air quality upgrades at our libraries, and worked to get funding in our budget for 2022 for both the Southwest and Northeast branches. That even though the council voted on that funding, it was not made available. And so I appreciate Councilmember Sawant's comments about sort of the scarcity of the package, but really appreciate the Green New Deal Advisory Board members in acknowledging the priorities of the council in the 2022 budget as it relates to these two libraries. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Herbold. And are there any other comments before I hand it off to Councilmember Mosqueda to take us out? Okay, not seeing any. Councilmember Mosqueda.
Thank you very much. Again, really excited about the opportunity to finally have the Green New Deal Oversight Board created, and then the chance to move forward with the recommendations from folks who have put their time and energy in crafting these recommendations. And this pot of money, as folks know, grows year over year. It's actually $14.3 million for the year 2022. It's near $20 million next year and continues to grow after that. So it's a percentage of the funds as codified in the spend plan. I am excited to really lift up the work of the folks who made this possible. So I want to read off the names of the Green New Deal Oversight Board members and thank them again for their very hard work to bring forward these recommendations. And together we will work to make sure that the recommendations are implemented. Thank you, Maria Batayola, Matt Remley, Thomas Madrigal, Rachel Heaton, Ken Wokman, Christina Chu, Tyler Valentin, Dennis Comer, Debolina Banerjee, Peter Hasagawa, Emily Myers, Andrea Ornelas, Keith Weir, Jess Walsh, and Deepa Sivarahan and Steve Gleb. Really appreciate the entire oversight board for the Green New Deal. Board members, thanks again for your work, and we look forward to voting yes on this.
Thank you, Councilmember Mosqueda, and thank you, Councilmember Sawant and Councilmember Herbold for your comments as well. And particularly, Councilmember Mosqueda, thank you for giving a shout out to the Green New Deal Oversight Committee members. We don't often get to list off these people that are on all these different committees that advise us and are volunteers and do the hard work and let us know what's going on and come to committee and come to public comment. So thank you for that. I think this is a big win today, and I'm glad that Councilmember Herbold brought up, not that we're trying to be too district centric here, but and also with Councilmember Peterson about us looking at libraries and trying to get air conditioning in them. That's been a long time coming, at least in the 6 years I've been here. So I'm glad it's happening and we're moving forward. And thank you for clarifying that the jumpstart at 14.3 for 2022 and the projections for 20 million in 2023, and that number will keep growing. And we know how, at least we've been working on that for at least 4 years, different iterations, but however it happened, it got across the finish line. And for that, I think we're a better city for it. So thank you for that. All right, are there any other comments before I ask the clerk to call the roll? Okay, not seeing any. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the ordinance?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson. Councilmember thank you. Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The bill passes. The chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation. And congratulations to Councilmember Mosqueda and her team and everybody else to make this happen. All right, let's move on to item number 6. This comes out of the Public Assets and Homeless Committee. Madam Clerk, will you please read item 6 into the record?
Report of the Public Assets and Homelessness Committee, Agenda Item 6, Council Bill 120-416, relating to Seattle Parks and Recreation, authorizing the acquisition of a conservation and recreation easement of the Turner Cope House and Garden, commonly known as the Garden House, located at 2336 15th Avenue South, authorizing acceptance of a recording of the conservation and recreation easement for open space park and recreation purposes, ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that the city pass the council bill.
Thank you. Councilmember Lewis.
Thank you, Council President. So I was happy to be able to accommodate this before budget and work with Parks and Historic Seattle to get this legislation through for the acquisition of the easement on the Turner Cope House and Garden property in the Beacon Hill neighborhood, commonly known as the Garden House, located at 2336 15th Avenue South. This acceptance and recording of this easement will allow this space that is owned and held by Historic Seattle to be used and programmed for park and recreation activities, and really look forward to this property continuing to be a staple of the community and be able to provide these services legally and in perpetuity due to this easement. It was unanimously recommended out of the committee, and I look forward to voting for it again this afternoon for final passage.
Thank you, Councilmember Lewis. Are there any comments for Councilmember Lewis regarding this? Councilmember Lewis, or anything else you want to say before we move to a vote?
No, thank you. I'm ready to vote.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the passage of the bill?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
I said.
thank you. Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes and the chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation. Moving on to the Transportation and Sale Public Utilities Committee. Will you please read, Madam Clerk, will you please read item number 7 into the record?
Report of the Transportation and Seattle Public Utilities Committee. Agenda item 7, appointment 2333. Appointment of Greg Spots, Director of Seattle Department of Transportation, for a term to August 1st, 2026. The committee recommends that City Council confirm the appointment.
Thank you. Councilmember Peterson.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, in a moment, we'll finally vote on the final recommendation of the mayor's nomination of Greg Spots to become the new director for our Seattle Department of Transportation. Mr. Spots is here after we make remarks and vote to make some of his remarks. The mayor's nominee to lead and manage the Seattle Department of Transportation, its $700 million budget and its 1,000 employees, is going to dramatically shape how people and freight travel through our city safely and efficiently as we battle climate change. Seattle deserves a department director with a balanced and practical approach to urban transportation, as well as a focus on safety and mobility. And that, of course, includes improving our city's aging bridges. I'm grateful to the mayor, his team, and his search committee for putting forward a nominee with impressive credentials who can keep Seattle moving forward. For the benefit of the viewing public, here's a quick history on this nomination. As with all recent nominees from the mayor, the city council followed the vetting process outlined in our resolution 31868. On July 27th, Mayor Harrell announced Greg Spots as his nominee to be the new director of SDOT. On August 4, my office circulated the mayor's confirmation packet to all council members. On August 16, we had Mr. Spots and his nomination packet before our committee for an initial introduction. We gathered more than 30 written questions from council members for the nominee to answer. And on August 23rd, my office circulated Mr. Spots' responses to all council members. We also posted those questions and answers on our Legistar website as part of his appointment packet, appointment 02333. My office checked in with some of his former colleagues on the Los Angeles City Council, all of whom provided very positive feedback about him. On September 6th, Mr. Spots came back to our committee for a Q&A session, and then our committee unanimously recommended that the council confirm his appointment. I've been personally very impressed with Mr. Spots throughout this vetting process. I know many of us appreciated his thoughtful answers to our questions on Vision Zero safety, on bridge safety, on collaborating with transit agencies, and on the transportation needs within our council districts. I think it's fitting that as our new SDOT director, one of Greg Spots' first official acts will be to reopen the West Seattle Bridge this weekend. I hope you join me in voting yes for Mr. Spots today. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Peterson. Do any of my colleagues have any questions before we go to a vote and then allow our guests to speak? Okay, everybody's unusually quiet. So with that, before we do anything else, is there anything else you want to add, Councilmember Peterson, before we go to a vote and then allow our guests to speak so I can recognize him?
Just want to thank the committee members, transportation committee members. They all had terrific questions that they asked and comments they made at our committee last week, which was very helpful.
Okay, great. Thank you. So with that, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the confirmation of the appointment of Mr. I was going to say your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Spots. I was going to say something else. Spots. Got it. Greg Spots. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Nelson, excuse me, Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The motion carries and the appointment is confirmed. Congratulations, Director Spots. And with that, you are recognized to provide any comments that you would like to share, not only with Seattle City Council, but the viewing public. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Council President and council members, for your support today. I'm truly honored to serve Seattleites as Director of SDOT. I moved from Los Angeles to Seattle on September 4th, and as promised, I hit the ground running and walking and scootering and biking and riding Metro and riding Sound Transit. I've been exploring Seattle's neighborhoods, parks, and shorelines, meeting residents, small business owners, school administrators and parents, and organizations of all sizes, from the Cascade Bicycle Club to the Port of Seattle. I've been touring street construction projects, and I have visited the inside of the West Seattle Bridge to see the repairs firsthand. Along the way, I've met so many talented and motivated SDOT staff. I'm confident we can achieve our goals with this team. I'm especially impressed with the passion across SDOT for actualizing the transportation equity framework along the full spectrum of our programs, projects, and activities. Regarding two promises I made publicly last month, on Friday, I appointed an executive sponsor for the top to bottom review of Vision Zero, and we will have a project manager for that effort in place by next week. We've launched an online form for community members to sign up for my listening tour, and we've already received 70 expressions of interest from individuals and groups. I'll be walking, biking, rolling, and riding transit with community members and SDOT staff nearly every morning this fall. So far, I've had the opportunity to explore 2 council districts on foot, bike, and scooter with council members, and I look forward to spending time with each of you on Seattle streets, getting to know you and learning about your priorities. In closing, I want to thank you for your support and ask for your partnership in improving safety, mobility, equity, placemaking, sustainability, and climate resilience in Seattle. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg Spots. Is there anything else before? And again, thank you for that. Usually people don't give us a huge kind of, give us an idea of where they've been and what they've done. So I appreciate that. But you haven't been to D5. So until that happens, you haven't really seen the city. I'm just going to say that. With that, I think we are going to move on to our next item, but thank you very much. Thank you, Councilor Peterson, for shepherding this through. And we'll all wave bye at you now and wait for the bridge to open. All right, let's move on to item number, let me see, I'm going to make sure I get this right because it's all Councilmember Peterson. So next on our agenda, items 8 to 13 are Council Bills 120380 through 120383, 120403, 120404 regarding property conveyances. Councilmember Peterson will address items 8 to 13, and then we will, right now we'll go to have the clerk read the titles in, and then we'll vote on each bill separately. How does that sound, Councilmember Peterson? Good?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, Madam Clerk, will you please read the short title of item number 8?
Agenda item 8, Council Bill 120-390, or 380, sorry, accepting various deeds for street or alley purposes, laying off, opening, widening, extending, and establishing portions of rights of way, placing the real property conveyed by said deeds under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that City Council pass the bill.
Okay, so I want to correct myself here. I'm hearing something separate than what I'm seeing. I thought we were going to read, is Councilmember Peterson going to speak now to 8 to 13? And is that how we're going to do it? Okay, so.
Yes, and then we'll vote separately on each, but I think we were going to read all 6, at least the short titles, and then I can address all 6 at once briefly, and then we can vote individually.
You're right. I apologize. I was looking at the script and I did not see the plural. Read the titles and vote on each bill. So we would read all the titles in let you speak to them, and then we'll vote on them separately. Okay. Madam Clerk, can we read all the short titles in, and then we'll let Councilmember Peterson address them all?
Agenda item 9, Council Bill 12381, accepting 21 limited purpose easements for public sidewalk and alley turnaround purposes, placing the real property conveyed by such easements under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. Agenda item 10, Council Bill 12382, accepting various deeds for street or alley purposes, laying off, opening, widening, extending, and establishing portions of rights of way, placing the real property conveyed by said deeds under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that City Council pass the bill. Agenda item 11, Council Bill 12383, accepting various deeds for street or alley purposes, laying off, opening, widening, extending, and establishing portions of right-of-ways, placing the real property conveyed by said deeds under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that City Council pass the bill. Agenda item 12, Council Bill 12403, accepting various deeds for street or alley purposes, laying off, opening, widening, extending, and establishing portions of rights of way, placing the real property conveyed by said deeds under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that City Council pass the bill. Agenda item 13, Council Bill 12404, accepting 25 limited purpose easements for public sidewalk and alley turnaround purposes, placing the real property conveyed by such easements under the jurisdiction of the Seattle Department of Transportation, and ratifying and confirming certain prior acts. The committee recommends that City Council pass the bill.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And Councilmember Peterson, you're recognized to address all 5 council bills.
Thank you, Council President. Colleagues, I'll briefly address these bills. These are items 8 through 13 on today's agenda that were just read into the record. In accordance with the city charter and the Seattle Municipal Code, these 6 council bills will authorize SDOT to accept the conveyances of several slivers of property from multiple transactions throughout the city. For example, this often includes additional sidewalk space that's conveyed to SDOT when parcels are developed. As part of our committee process, our City Council Central staff already reviewed this SDOT legislation and confirmed that each of the council bills is appropriate. These are essentially ministerial actions to accept these easements and deeds that fulfill legal requirements associated with the transactions. There's no cost to the city. So all 6 council bills were unanimously recommended by our committee. So we encourage you to vote yes on these today. Thank you.
Thank you. So are there any council members that want to speak to the, I thought it was 5 council bills in front of us, 8 to 13?
6, 8, yeah, 6 through 8 through 13.
Okay.
On the agenda.
On the
Should
agenda.
be 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said 5. I stand corrected.
Okay.
Are there any comments that we have to Councilmember Peterson on these from number 6 to 13? Okay, I am not seeing any. Councilmember Peterson, do you want to add anything before we go to in closing, and or we can just go to the vote on each?
We can just vote on each. Thank you.
Okay. All right. With that, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on item number 8?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes. The chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature. Let's move on to item number 9.
Okay, roll call.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
It's all right.
Let's
Thank
call
you.
the roll. Yes.
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. Item number 9, the bill passes, the chair will sign it, and Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation. And with that, Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on item number 10?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes. Sorry.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes. The chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to item number 10, or the legislation. Moving on to item number 11. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on item 11?
Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes and the chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation. Okay, so let's move on to item number 12. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on item number 12?
Councilmember Lewis, Councilmember Lewis,
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson,
Aye.
Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. And the bill passes. The chair will sign it. And Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation on my behalf. And let's move to item 13. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on item 13? And I know that there's a bill number to it, but I'm not tracking that. So
Council Bill 120404, Councilmember Lewis,
thank you.
Yes.
Councilmember Morales,
Yes.
Councilmember Mosqueda,
Aye.
Councilmember Nelson, Councilmember Nelson,
I'm saying aye.
thank you. Councilmember Peterson,
Aye.
Councilmember Sawant,
Yes.
Councilmember Strauss,
Yes.
Councilmember Herbold,
Yes.
and Council President Juarez.
Aye.
9 in favor, none opposed.
Thank you. The bill passes and the chair will sign it. Madam Clerk, please affix my signature to the legislation on my behalf. So it looks like we got through items 1 to 13, which is the end of our committee reports. So moving along on our agenda, there were no items removed from the consent calendar. So we will go to next on our agenda, which is adoption of other resolutions. There are no other resolutions today. Moving on to other business. Is there any other business to come before council? Okay, not seeing any. Before I move to adjourn, colleagues, this does conclude our items of business today. Thank you all very much. And thank you for being patient with me and trying to shuffle all this paper and these numbers. Thanks, Councilmember Peterson. Our next regularly scheduled council meeting is on Tuesday, September 20th, and we stand adjourned. Thank you.